Good morning and welcome back to another vlog on my channel. My name is Nellie if you're new here, and my goal is to encourage you and challenge you in your faith walk and show you what living life with Jesus is all about. Specifically, this series is all about growing with God because I don't have it all figured out, and I'm sure that you all don't either, unless you're perfect, and I just don't know about that. But I'm just committed to growing in my relationship with God and learning more about Him and learning how I can live my life with Him better. So today we spent some time with the Lord, started reading this really cool devotional about people of the Old Testament. So it just talks briefly about each of these different people, has the scripture actually in the devotional, and then there's some reflection questions afterwards. And today the focus was on Noah. If you all are familiar, Noah had this ark that he built because the Lord commanded him to do so. The Lord said he was going to flood the earth with water, and Noah built this ark, and God promised to save his family and bring all these animals with him. And it's crazy that at the end of the story, God makes this covenant with Noah that he will not flood the earth again like that, and the rainbow is a sign of the covenant. Because God knows us so well, he knows that we are prone to forget the things that he's promised us. So how sweet of the Lord is it to give him a physical sign, physical reminder that this is the promise that I've made for you. That was just such a cool reminder that God cares about us so much to give us a sign whenever we forget something that he has told us or he has promised us. So my challenge to you all already watching this video, if you feel like there's an aspect of God or maybe a promise of God that you're doubting, ask him for a sign of that and see what he says. Because I feel like if God is willing to give a sign to Noah, why would he not be willing to give a sign now? But we are about to go on a run. I'm kind of nervous. I haven't ran in probably like 3 months. And last year at this time, I was running like consistently 3 miles a week. So there's like the inner overachiever in me that's like, you need to go hard and run 3 miles and do it really well. But then the other half of me is like, I haven't ran and I need to give myself some grace and start slow. Like there's nothing wrong with that. So if you are a fellow overachiever, this is your sign to give yourself some grace. Like the middle between pushing yourself too hard and giving yourself too much grace. We gotta find a balance. So let's figure that out together. Here is my jewelry that I'm wearing for the day. I'm actually really sad because I lost my cross necklace, the like simple gold cross necklace. So now I'm wearing this one from Altered State. Still cute. I have my rings on and I'm wearing a top. I believe this is from Madewell, and then a denim skirt. This denim skirt is from Gap. I just can't decide what shoes I want to wear. I don't know if I want to go for a like sporty girl look with these Adidas on, or if I want to wear these, I don't even remember what they're called, kind of like platform shoes. Let's see how they look in the mirror. Not me being the girl who has 2 bags to bring because I need a cute little purse. This one is Bagoo, but I also need a bag that can carry my laptop and my Bible. So here I am with this Elevated Faith bag. I wish I had an all-in-one bag that was also cute, but could also carry my laptop and Bible. So if you guys have a bag that you love, drop it in the comments. To tell you all that we literally just got 2 free pastries. The guy came out here and said that since it was our first time, which is my second time, but what'd they say to you?
He basically, we just hit it off. I hit it off with the owner, guys. I don't know what I did, but he gave us a free croissant, another pastry, and the name of the coffee shop, if you guys are curious, it's Hank's Coffee Shop. The owner is Joshua. Cool dude.
yesterday I went to a freedom prayer, which I've talked about before on my vlogs. Basically just this prayer meeting with other people who were also like praying over you, and there's one person who kind of leads you through like prayers to pray to God. And obviously anything that you feel uncomfortable with, you can say that, change anything that you want to. But it's just been a really sweet way for, I feel like, the Lord to speak to me. And obviously God speaks to me outside of these sessions, but I feel like having a dedicated time to pray about the things that the Lord puts on your heart during the session is really impactful. And I just wanted to share something that the Lord did that was really cool. To be vulnerable with you all, something that I've struggled with is this like overachieving, pursuing success side of me where I'm like super productive all of the time. And when I sense any failure, it makes me feel really bad about myself. And I know that this idea of striving for perfection, of striving for love, of feeling like I have to strive in order for God to love me is not the truth. And the Lord really reminded me that yesterday, because I just kept feeling like, dang, I put my worth in numbers and metrics. I put my worth in what things that I can accomplish, and that's just not the way of the Lord at all. He calls us worthy. He says that our worth is unmeasurable. The sweetest thing about God, like I talked about earlier on in this video, is that the Lord can give you a sign. Sometimes I feel like we think that that's just a thing of the past, that the Lord doesn't do that anymore, but he still does. Sometimes he just needs us to ask. So yesterday I asked the Lord, like, when I start to forget what my worth is in you, like, what will you do, Lord? And the Lord told me to look up at the clouds, which is something that doesn't even make sense. Like, God, why would you want me to look at the clouds? So I asked him that. God, why the clouds? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It feels kind of weird. And I feel like the Lord was telling me that it's hard to measure the clouds in the sky. I mean, when it's like a perfectly sunny day and there's no clouds, yes. But when you see all these like white, big, puffy clouds, it's so hard to count all of them in the sky. And the Lord was reminding me that the same way that it's unmeasurable how many clouds there are in the sky, that's what your worth is to me. And while me and Dimitri were walking through this store, I walked past this picture of a beautiful cloud. Let me just show it to you. Obviously, this is like a very artsy depiction of a cloud. But even in looking at that, I'm like, see all these little bubbles of cloud that are a part of this? I just felt like it was the Lord showing me like, hey, find your worth in me. Don't find your worth in metrics, in awards, and recognition. Find your worth in who I say that you are. I don't know if anyone listening to this needed a reminder to find their worth in God and not in what they can produce, but I hope that this encouraged you. Me sharing this vulnerable moment of what I'm struggling with, I hope it encouraged you if you feel that same way too. Wow, the Lord, all I need to say is that the Lord really has these moments where he puts us in the right places at the right time, which is so crazy because I wasn't even going to go to the mall to pick up my clothing items because it wasn't ready, but then I felt like, okay, maybe I should just go. And on my way into the store, this guy was trying to sell me some like shoe cleaning wipes, but while we were talking, we started to talk about our faith, and he shared a little bit about his background and how he grew up in a Christian church, but actually is Muslim now, and explained honestly like his confusion with how Jesus was God and how that didn't make sense to him. And I got to share honestly my testimony with him, which is so crazy because I didn't expect to do that when I went into the mall, but I just got to share about how like the Lord really saw me when I was at rock bottom back in high school when I was running away from him, and I felt so defeated, how the Lord met me in that, and how the Lord was so kind to meet me in that moment. And we started talking about kind of the differences between Muslim and Christianity, and it's just so interesting that in the Muslim faith, like you, at the end of the day, your good deeds have to like outweigh your bad deeds. And I kind of explained like, well, what I believe is that, yes, I'm going to be held accountable for the good things and bad things that I do, but I have Jesus to stand on the scale for me. Even if there's so much bad that outweighs the good, thank the Lord that I have Jesus to stand in the gap for me. And I don't deserve it. And that's something that we talked about where he was like, that just doesn't even make sense to me. That like, how could you still deserve to get to God, to get to heaven, even if you've done all these bad things? And I'm like, but that's the best part, is that the weight isn't on us. It's on what Jesus already did, and all we have to do is believe. And he was just feeling like it's too good to be true. But I'm just going to keep praying for him. I don't know what the Lord is going to do with that moment, but I hope that he has an encounter with the Lord and the Lord can show him what his grace, what his mercy, and what his redemption actually looks like. I'm just like so mind blown that that even happened. I just got home and I can't believe it's already 3 p.m. The day has just flown by. But since I did go to the mall, I want to show you all what I got. I did get this new workout set from Aerie. It's this green color, and then I have some leggings to match. I love their sets. I feel like they're so lightweight that even in a workout, even when it's hot outside, I don't feel like the fabric is so thick that I'm like dying. But they also have this high neck that I feel like is the more modest option, perfect for Pilates or bar. And when I went in the store today, they had a buy one, get one free for their shorts. And I've been needing more shorts that aren't like as tight. I don't know. I have a lot of biker shorts, but honestly, running in those is not the most comfortable. I'd rather have something that's more flowy. I got these crossover flowy shorts. They kind of look like a skirt, but they look like they're perfect for running, and they match the workout top that I just got, so I could wear these together. And I got some other shorts. These are like a brown color. They're a little bit longer. They're super comfortable when I tried them on, and I also have the matching top that goes with this already at home, so I'm happy for that. I feel like also shopping for athletic wear is like a little reward for actually working out and being consistent. Okay, I at least have something that I like to wear to help motivate me to go to the gym. So not that I'm telling you to spend all of your money, but like if you're really struggling, why don't you buy yourself a new pair of shorts or buy yourself a new sports bra to help get you motivated to go to the gym by wearing something that you feel good in. Like something that you feel confident in, not something that's too tight and it has all the bulges in the wrong places, but something that you yourself feel so comfortable in. That makes all the difference when you go to work out. Wow, it's been a long day. I got back home from tennis with a friend and then forgot one of my friends from work. It was her last day and everyone went out to get dinner with her. But while I was driving there and while I was driving home, I was listening to this song called What a God by SEU Worship. If you all haven't heard this song, it's just incredible. It's just one of those songs that puts me in like complete awe of God. I just want to read the chorus of this song. How it says, if the highest place I reach is at your feet, then I've done it all. If the best thing that I've seen is your glory, then I've seen it all. Your love has changed my life, forever satisfied. God, you are my everything. Even reading that now is just making me tear up because, like, obviously we all have goals and things that we want to get done. But, like, at the end of the day, God actually gets the glory. If the best thing that I see is his glory, if the highest place I reach is at his throne, then I've done it all. Something about singing that song and declaring even against what our flesh wants, which is adoration and praise for ourselves, but declaring that, like, Lord, the highest place I'll reach is at your feet. Not my own glory, not my own fame, not my own monetary gains, but it's at your feet. There's just so much power in singing that. It's aligning your heart with the Holy Spirit. And I was just like crying on my way home listening to this song. I was thinking about some things that have happened of just like situations where I felt misunderstood or criticized or judged by other people. And I felt like the Lord was just telling me what a great opportunity to practice forgiveness. What a great opportunity to hand those things over to me. And what a great opportunity just to recognize that, like, people don't really know what they're doing, but the enemy does. I think being able to declare the song, especially after I felt so like criticized or misunderstood or judged, after coming from a place of just worshiping God, everything else kind of fades away. The way that I was wrong, the way that I was judged, the way that I was criticized, I'm like, Lord, you can just have it all. So if you're someone who feels hurt by someone, what an opportunity to practice forgiveness. I know that sounds so hard, but the way that you feel so much lighter when you forgive someone and hand it to God. After everything that God has forgiven us for, who are we to hold on to something that someone else has done wrong? We've been forgiven of so much. So when we're wronged, it's the perfect opportunity to mirror Jesus and forgive others. But if you've watched this far in the video, I'm so happy that you're here. I hope you can just be encouraged to love like Jesus today in whatever way that looks like. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video.